actually for the last month now, and it's kind of great to connect veterans with the community, because as of right now, we know we're all kind of stuck here, quarantined, not being able to leave the house.
That's right.
And I know you guys are pretty active in schools and sharing your story. So this is a way for us to engage you, to let you speak to the masses. So yeah, it's pretty cool technology, isn't it?
You bet. Hi, masses.
Yeah, people are watching.
Real cool technology. You bet.
Yeah, people are watching from all over the world, and this has been really, really special. There's a lot of young kids that would love to ask you questions, and as we go on, we're going to be bringing them on.
Yeah.
Austin's going to be bringing them on. They can ask you live questions.
Okay.
Yep, we got people already waiting.
Oh, no kidding.
So, Ike, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself real quick?
Okay, I'm Ike, and my name is Ira Schab, but my nickname is Ike. Everybody's called me that since I was a little monster. And I've been fortunate to be the survivor of an awful lot of close calls and things like that. And Pearl Harbor, the attack on Pearl Harbor was one of them. So if there are any questions that people might have, then I can answer them. Go right ahead. Just identify yourself.
Right on. Well, tell people how old you are, what we were just talking about.
Oh, yeah. July 4th this year, I'll be 100 years old.
Okay, so he's 99 years old, which is just amazing. I think I've met, before I started doing this, I had never met anybody that old. That's for sure.
Oh, well, that's
I've had the privilege of meeting a few 99-year-olds, and it blows me away every time.
That's another first for me.
Yeah. Ike, you're going to be 100 years old coming up on July 4th. It's going to be a big celebration. A lot of fireworks always on your birthday, right?
Yeah, but we've gotten away from the fireworks a little bit because of the risks and stuff like that,
Yeah. But the whole country does fireworks for you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's insane and all that sort of stuff. That's kind of a bummer, but it's still smart.
Right on. All right, well, let's bring someone in here.
All right.
We got Adam.
Adam, how are you, Adam?
There he is.
Hey, we know Adam.
Hi, Adam.
So Adam's connecting.
There he is. There's his audio. Hey, Adam. Hey, Adam. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Good to see you again. So you're on with Ike Schab.
Pearl Harbor survivor, and just came back from the Pearl Harbor program back in December.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're real nice.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Ike.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Adam, it is?
Pardon?
Yep, his name is Adam.
Adam. That's good. It's a great name, by the way. Adam is a great name.
Hey, Adam, how old are you, buddy?
I'll be turning 17 in a week.
Fantastic.
Boy, look what you got to look forward to.
Yeah.
What's your question, Adam?
So, what instrument did you play?
I played tuba.
Oh, nice. I play baritone. I'm in my school's I'm in the high school band for my school.
Yeah, what do you play?
Baritone.
Baritone's great. I love it. It's one of my favorite horns. It's only good for a band, though, unfortunately.
Yeah. I actually have it right here next to me.
Oh boy.
Oh wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Is it a double barrel UFO?
No, it's a concert baritone with only three valves.
Yeah.
So everybody who's maybe just tuning in, Ira was a musician in the Navy, played tuba, and we got Adam here who's almost 17 and he's a musician himself. So they're talking music.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I would love to have a baritone. Oh, would I?
It is a nice instrument.
Yeah, I think it's something I can still play. I know I can play a tuba, but I could play a clarinet and I can play the reeds too. I studied all the instruments, but I haven't played anything by the way of a horn for a long time. a real long time. I really
So,
hate to tell you how many years. I don't know how many years it's been.
ah, so where were you when the attack on Pearl Harbor started?
I was just closing my locker on Sunday morning, and it was I had just jumped out of the shower and got the clean uniform on and everything like that, and was just snapping the locker door shut when the alarm sounded. And we didn't have a announcing system on board that ship. It was an old ship, Dobbin. They mostly piped their word down through the cargo hatches, and
Okay.
they had to have a big booming voice, and we listened to their pipes, and they said, stand by as they call away the fire and rescue party, which was one of the general drills like battle stations and things. And then shortly thereafter, they did call away battle stations because of the immensity of the attack. And I got curious, and I was below decks at the time, as I say, closing the locker. So I went up on the top side. We still call it top side, and to see what was happening. And I saw the Utah capsizing, and the Japs were flying around like a son of a gun. And I didn't see the other side of Battleship Row, but I sure heard enough. And I decided to go out and go below. I didn't have a battle station, and I went below to see what I could do to help. And they put me to work passing ammunition from one of the magazines to upper deck. And so here I am.
Right on.
It's kind of monotonous, really. It's not a heck of a lot. It's just I was lucky. I was in such a position in so many cases that I survived them all.
Hey, Ike, you talked about loading ammunition. How heavy were some of the shells that you were lifting up and carrying?
There was in the magazine that they put me in was a 3-inch anti-aircraft gun, and the shells looked like a regular rifle shell, except they were big. And the shell head was 3 inches in diameter. And they came and from the magazine in a box that was about 4 feet long, and they were stacked in 4 or 5 rounds in that box, and the total weight of that box was, I think, 260 or something like that pounds. It was a little weight of 100 pounds more than I weighed anyhow. And one guy would reach out and grab him, and the adrenaline was rolling so much that we didn't even feel the weight. And I'd take the box in my forearms like that, and I'd push one hand up, and with the other hand, push it straight up through the manhole, which was above me, and they'd pick it up from there. So, and I weighed 140 pounds, I guess, but the ammunition was much heavier than I was.
Ike, is that why they call it the military press? Because I know, playing football, anytime we take any type of weight and bring it above our head,
yeah,
they call it the military press. I think it was based off of what you guys did back in Pearl Harbor.
I never heard it called that, but
yeah, well, trust
me. But I said they were 225 pounds in the box.
That's a lot.
And I was just taking it in my forearms, upending it, and taking the right hand and pushing it straight up over my head through the manhole, and it was picked up from there.
Wow.
And that from there on, my memory escapes me. I don't know what happened after that.
Yeah.
But my memory is really playing fierce tricks on me anymore. And I still can't, for the life of me, remember anything except the next day we were passing and cleaning our magazines, the 5-inch magazines, and replacing it with fresh ammunition. And those cans were handled not by mechanical means. We formed a daisy chain type of thing where we'd pass it across to the guy up and one away from us, and turn around and pick another one up from the guy downstream. That was what we called it, a daisy chain.
Mhm.
And that was how we passed ammunition in those days.
Very cool. Adam, thanks for joining us again, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you.
Good to see
And
you.
two more things before I go.
All right. Two
One,
more things.
I got the package in the mail yesterday from the interview with Jack Foy.
Oh, sweet.
Let's see.
Yes.
Let's see it.
And
What did you get?
I got the T-shirt, hat,
sweet.
pin, and 2 stickers, and this card.
Nice.
Oh, where's the shirt at? You put the shirt on?
Thought you'd be
Usually
wearing-
whenever we get like a T-shirt from like a store, my mom usually likes to wash it.
Oh,
But we haven't
I
gotten
get
the
it. I get
chance
it.
yet.
My wife does the same thing as well.
I'm well past that age, fellas.
He doesn't even care anymore.
Yeah.
I lost my last wife in 1990,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
30 years ago.
Wow.
Wow.
Gee.
And Mr. Ike, thank you for your service.
Well, thank you, fellas.
Hey Adam, before we let you go, Ike played, and I'm sure he'll love to hear you play a little bit.
Oh, the baritone, go on, man.
Here's your opportunity to play in front of a World War II Pearl Harbor survivor.
Yeah.
Oh
Who
boy,
was
the
in-
pressure's on.
Who was in the band? Who was in the
Put
band?
anchors away or something like that. You know?
There you go.
I'll try and play a few notes because my phone, it's on a bandstand,
Ah,
but
Oh.
I don't have any music up on it right now. I can play a few notes though.
yeah.
There you go.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. There you go. Do you
Right
know
on.
How long has it been since you played regularly?
It's been a while,
Yeah,
but I play once or twice every week.
that's good. Keep it up because it's good for you. It's good for your heart. Good for your soul. I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, nothing like music. Adam, pleasure.
Yeah, it is a
Time
pleasure.
you wearing that T-shirt we sent you after your mom washed it.
Yeah.
I will remind her when she gets back home.
All right, cool.
Good
Bye,
stuff.
bud.
All right.
Bye, Adam.
How cool was that? Ike, how cool was that? I
Oh,
mean,
that's real cool. I would never expect to have had a chance to hear something like that.
It's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
16 years old.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Man.
He's 16.
16? Wow.
Can you see that, Ike?
Oh, look at that handsome fella right there. You see that
Can you
photo?
see that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 99 and I'll be 100 on July 4th.
So that's you on the USS Arizona Memorial. As happy as can be.
Oh, happy to be there. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I was sorry for my buddies and everything like that, because that was the first time I had enough gumption up to make the trip to the Arizona, because I couldn't make it before because of emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd break down and cry, man. Oh man, I tell you, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It was an honor to take you back there this past year.
Well, it took all these years to get up the gumption to go and get up nerve to go to the memorial, just for that reason. You know, emotions.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a beautiful memorial. They just opened it up again last year,
Yeah.
and we had a beautiful, beautiful day there. Blue skies. It was just a perfect day. And Austin will be premiering the Pearl Harbor video this week, right? This weekend.
Yeah.
I was there last year when they opened it up.
Yeah. I think it was closed for like a year, right? Or 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, it was closed for a while.
Last December.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I had someone I was adding in here, but they're not coming in. So we'll just go on the next one. I think this is our buddy Ron. Let's see. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Ron?
Yeah, his audio's connecting.
Yep.
Oh,
Ron is from, he lives in Spain.
No fooling.
Yeah.
I've never been to Spain. Never been almost every place else, but that's one place I have never been.
Oh, hi.
There he is. Hey, Ron.
Hi.
Oh, you're really quiet, Ron.
Yeah, turn your volume up. We can barely hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're super quiet.
Yeah, I can't hear anything, Ron.
Yeah, I can't hear anything either. Maybe put the microphone closer to your mouth.
Like this?
Close. There you go.
Still really quiet.
Talk.
Now?
It's low.
It's really quiet. Like if you ask a question, I'm sure we can relay it to Ike if he can't hear you.
Say hello to Ike.
Hi, Ike.
Hi, Ron. How are you? I can just barely hear you.
Okay, I will leave and I will try to fix it, right?
No,
Okay.
it's okay. We hear you. It's okay. It's okay.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll relay the
Talk loud.
Okay. My question for you, Ike, is when the Pearl Harbor attack started, what did you do first?
What was the first thing you did when the Pearl Harbor attack started, Ike?
Oh, I went to find out what was happening, and when I did, after I saw the one of the ships capsizing, I went to my battle station, which was passing ammunition from one of the ammunition battery storages on the ship. We passed that ammunition up to the guns.
Yep.
Okay.
Hello?
My next question is if have you been wounded?
Were you wounded?
Were you wounded?
I was not. I was very, very fortunate. Was never, ever wounded. I had a service-connected disability from a peacetime injury on the basketball court. I blew a knee on the basketball court in the Navy, and they gave me a service-connected disability pension on it.
There you go.
Which was real nice because that knee needed it. I call that my $1,000 knee.
It's $1,000 knee.
Hey, Ike, just to go off what Ron said with his first question, when the attack first started in the morning on December 7th, did people there, I mean, because I know sometimes, like, is this a drill? Is this real? Like, when did it set in to know that this is the real deal?
It took about 20 minutes, maybe. I was getting ready to hopefully have my brother come aboard to meet me on this Sunday, and because he knew where I was. I did not know where he was. He was at the naval radio station in Wahiawa. And so that was what we were doing. We're just getting early in the morning, getting up, and one of my duties there in the Sunday morning was to grab my horn and get into the band and play for church services.
Yeah, Sunday morning. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sunday morning. We played two things on Sunday morning. We played colors at 8 o'clock when they rose the colors, and then at 9 o'clock we had church. And then the rest of the time was ours.
All right.
So Sundays were usually a good day for you.
Oh yeah, we could go to town. I like to go down to Waikiki, and there's a golf course there at Alawai, and I used to love to go there on Sundays and play golf.
Is that the golf course that we were staying at in
Could
December?
be. Alawai.
It was by Diamond Head.
Oh yeah, that's at Diamond Head, right?
Okay, yeah, that may be the same. Austin, it may be the same.
Yeah, the golf course was not
okay.
named, the golf course was not named for Diamond Head. It was right across the beach from Waikiki.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Ron, what do you guys learn about Pearl Harbor over in Europe?
I don't get too often to speak to veterans, but sometimes I see some videos and I learn about um all the basic stuff, you know,
Okay.
when it
Is it
started.
taught? Is it taught in school at all in history
No,
class? Okay.
no.
So this is just something you're interested in, and you
Yes.
look out. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, one of the big I can't think of the expression, and one of the thing bad feeling I have is that they don't teach about this in their history classes.
Yeah.
That is,
Understandably, in Spain, they might not teach more about it, but here they definitely should be.
yeah, it definitely should be
And
particularly.
it had a world impact, so it really should be all over the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But Spain was not in World War II. They were
Yeah.
neutral in World War II.
That's true.
Because they lived the Civil War, and they couldn't go to war.
Yeah.
Franco, right?
Spain was in the Civil
Yes.
War, weren't they?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool, Ron. Thanks for coming by again, bud.
Yes, Ron, nice to meet you, my boy.
Always good to see you again.
Thank you, Ron. Your shirt should be coming. I know it takes a little bit of time to
Okay.
get out there to Spain.
It's coming.
It's coming. Trust
Hopefully
me.
next time we see you, you'll be wearing it.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Have a
Bye.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Ron.
How cool is that?
That's pretty nice.
Ike, he's
Technology is pretty wicked these days, and you stop
Yeah.
what we're doing.
yeah, it's almost 8:30 at night there in Spain.
Yeah,
And Ron is just an incredible young kid who is just interested and fascinated by history. And having this opportunity to ask you a question is just real special. And it's just like, just gives me goosebumps thinking about having like making this happen. Like, thank God for technology to make this happen for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very cool.
yeah.
It's very cool. Okay, we got someone else coming in. Looks
Sleep tight,
like
Ron.
Caleb.
I say sleep tight, Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to bed, Ron.
Yeah.
Past bedtime. I think Ron is like, what?
Sweet
Like
dreams.
13?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a.
Oh,
Look at that image.
Face.
Caleb, I can't see your
There you
face. Oh, there you are.
Hey, Caleb, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We're doing well. You got a question for Mr. Ike?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
First, I just wanted to tell him that I wanted to thank him for his service and for going to war and protecting us so that we don't have to.
Oh, that's the fortunate thing about what we do when we're survivors.
Yeah.
Just fortunately that we are still survivors and are capable of doing that. And giving tribute, great tribute to those that didn't make it,
Yep. Caleb, how old are you and where are you from?
I am 14. I'm from North Carolina.
Sorry, you broke up at the end there. From where?
I am 14 and I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
From
Very
where?
cool. North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. I've got a daughter who's in Chapel Hill right now. She's an English professor at what's the university there?
North Carolina.
Yeah, at North
Tar Heels, right? Is it Tar Heels?
It's UNC, yes.
Tar
sir.
Heels. That's right.
Yeah, that's where Michael Jordan went to school, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah, she's my oldest daughter.
Very cool.
She's Michelle Ware, professor of English.
She probably taught my older brother who went there a few years ago.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
She's almost ready to retire. I think it's another year or so.
So, Caleb, what you got for Ike? What's your question?
I wanted to ask him if he had any advice for someone my age, what it would be.
If I had what?
If you have any advice for someone his age, what would it be?
Oh, well, I think in your
Oh, Ike, your camera moved.
Your camera moved. Right?
Yeah, I gathered that. No, I think that the most advice I could give you would be to your patriotic citizenship duties are extremely important, and you shouldn't feel the least bit of doubt in serving if and when you're called on it. Because if you don't make it, you'll be loved for the duration, and if you do make it, you'll be like me and be able to help other live survivors. You know, and it's a nice feeling to be here.
For sure.
Hello.
Good advice. Where what are your hopes and dreams for the future, Caleb? What are you looking forward to?
I want to be a lawyer or either in the military. I couldn't really decide very well.
Probably do both. Become a military lawyer.
Jack.
So,
That's quite an undertaking, man. I tell you, you're going to work your buns off. That's for sure.
yes, sir.
Yeah, well, you know, Caleb.
It'll be worth it, man. Don't feel that it's too hard a job to do. Just get in there and fire away and just keep at it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just stay with it, you know, because it's the results are very, very well worth it. You'll never regret it.
I had also one other question.
Sure.
Because one of my great uncles was a Marine in World War II, and I was wondering if you ever met him. He passed away this past year, but his name, I called him Uncle OF, but did you ever know anybody by the name of OF?
No, I don't think so. I'm very proud of the Marine Corps, though. Those guys are something else. They deserve every bit of tribute we can give them, because they were super people.
Yep, they are. Well,
Yeah,
Caleb.
You know where he fought at, Caleb?
I know he was at Okinawa, Iwo Jima. He was part of the island hopping campaign. He was a messenger. He ran on the battlefield.
Yeah, and island hoppers.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hardcore. Well, Caleb, make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram and send us a message there.
Yeah.
And give us your address and we'll send you out a shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for joining our live conversation with with our veterans, and we want to make sure that you receive a nice little package. So we'll be sending you a little package. So send us a DM, and we'll make that happen for you.
Before I go, Mr. Ike, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you, and just thank you for your service, sir.
Well, thank you, Caleb, and I'm very proud to meet you, my boy. And as I say, remember that you're a part of one of the greatest nations in the world. Don't ever forget that.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thanks for coming by, Caleb.
All right, Caleb. We want to
Bye.
see you.
Bye, Mr. Ike.
Caleb,
Have a good day.
Bye.
Wow.
that work out all right?
Yeah.
That worked out all right.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
great.
God, I feel like I'm about to cry right now. For
I
some
know,
reason.
totally.
Yeah, right. Jeez.
I feel the same way. I'm like, golly, like this.
I love seeing like the different generations like talking to each other like that. It's crazy. It's so cool.
No, really, really special. Really special.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you look at me, you just think of what you got to look forward to. Don't know whether that's good or bad, but
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all
We're
good.
gonna
think
get
it's
some more
good.
people in here.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Can you see that photo, Ike?
yeah.
Oh, beautiful photo.
That is that's a photo of you at the commemoration ceremony back in December. What was that day like for you?
It was absolutely outstanding, is the Navy expression for the best it can be. And I was in the Navy, so if anything comes through that's good, it's always the top rating for good is outstanding. That's the top we could give it.
That's good.
So it was a super day. It was so good that we kind of sorry if we missed anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know you were really nervous about that day just because you hadn't, you didn't know what kind of emotions were going to come up. But I remember after that day, just completely, you were a different person. Your attitude was totally different. You were excited. You were happy. And I just remember that being a very special day for me, even just knowing beforehand how much anxiety you had about it and stuff. And it was a very special day for all of us.
Overwhelming is a good word, I think.
Yeah. All right, we got Spring here. Can you see her?
Hello, Ike. Are you there?
Yeah, I think I can't see Spring.
He can't see too well, but he can hear you.
That's okay. Okay, great.
We can hear you well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, sir, for taking the time out to chat with me for a second. I do appreciate it. And of course, thanks to BDF.
Yeah.
If it's all right, I just got a couple questions.
Sure.
So I'm sorry if you already mentioned this. I actually had to jump off of a work call to join. So when you joined the military, were you expecting that you were going to end up going to war?
Oh, no, it was peacetime. We had no feeling of alarm or anything like that.
I'm sorry, what year did you join?
Yeah, I joined and went to boot camp and everything like that, and was out, and already my early assignment was to the USS Raleigh.
What year was that?
That was 1941.
1941, okay.
And I joined the Navy in 39. So I was sent out to join the USS Raleigh, which is a light cruiser, an old light cruiser. And when we were in port, the flagship, the admiral in charge of the flotilla, had quarters on board the USS Dobbin, which was a large ship, like a liner, really. And he moved all of his staff with him, and I was in the band, the admiral band. And so we moved over to the Dobbin, and it was on a Sunday. We had moved there about a week before, and my brother was a radioman in the Navy, and he was at the radio station in Wahiawa, which is on the western end of the island of Oahu. And he knew where I was, and I did not know where he was. I just knew the name of the place. And I had no means of transportation, so he could. I was expecting him to come and visit, and then all hell broke loose. And here we are. Never did get to meet him that day, by the way.
It's too bad. What were the days like after, what were the first few days like after the initial attack? I mean, I can imagine just being still in a little bit of shock.
Yeah.
Following.
Yeah, there was an expression called apprehension. And I think we were all very uptight about that for fear of the Japanese sending on a landing force, which they failed to do, which was a mistake on their part, and it was a mistake. It was good for us. It gave us something to work on.
And where did you go after Pearl?
Let me see. I went to the South Pacific. We went to one of the New Hebrides, South Islands in the South Pacific. It's between Australia and the Hawaiian Islands, but it's closer to Australia. And we went there, went to New Caledonia, which was the first one, and then we went on up. And my memory is kind of failing me, folks. It's I can't remember where we went from there, but it was up towards Japan on the island hopping activity.
That's right. You're
That's
99
okay.
years old. You're 99 years old. We
That's
don't
okay.
expect. I can barely remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah,
That's what I was
exactly.
gonna
So we're
say.
not,
That's what I was gonna say.
no one's judging at all. Trust me.
The stuff you guys remember is amazing to me.
Those were pretty exciting times, I'll tell you.
I can imagine.
Was
Yeah,
that down by the Solomon Islands?
Solomon.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, you betcha. You know, Solomon Islands, and on up to the Marianas and Okinawa, and all the way on up the chain up to Japan.
Mm. Mm. So Ike, where were you on? Where were you when the war was over? Were you in Japan?
No, I was playing a concert at the Officers Club in the Naval Training Station in Sampson, New York. It was in June of 1945, if I recall. And we were playing, I played big band music, you know, the big, like the Glenn Millers and that sort of stuff.
Oh man, I love it.
So we were playing that kind of a concert at the Officers Club, and a guy came running up and interrupted everything and like that and said, "The war is over, the war is over." And then we really celebrated. I mean, everybody was running around and jumping up and down, and it's hard to say how silly some of the things we did, but we did it.
I can't imagine the party that night.
Yeah, I can't remember it. I don't. I know I had to have a party somewhere.
Yeah.
See, this was in 1945.
Yeah.
June. Wow. I can't remember, I tell you.
Yeah, well,
It's a shame.
VE Day is coming up. Victory Year Up Day is coming up here.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
Yeah, May 8th. You remember where you were on that day, sir?
No. No, I sure don't. And that's the only answer I could give you, because I have absolutely no idea where I was on VE Day.
Mm.
Do you know where we were on VJ Day?
Yeah, like I said, on VJ Day, I was
Oh, okay, he did say
I
that.
was playing a concert at the Navy
That's right.
Officers Club at the Naval Training Station in Sampson, New York. It overlooked the Geneva River, or the lake, I should say. Lake Geneva is one of the largest of the Finger Lakes in upstate New York. If you look at the map, we were on the west midway down the side of the lake at Sampson, what the name of the place was.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
That was
Rain, thanks for coming by.
Great, thank you. Thank you all. Thanks for doing this, and thank you, Adam, for speaking with us.
Well, hey, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
And asking.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
All right. Just got a bunch of people waiting. All these people want to talk to you.
Hey, I'm getting texts. So I'm on my phone. I'm looking down because there was like, "Hey, let me in. I'm waiting." So I'm like,
Okay,
Who's waiting? Who's waiting?
who's waiting?
I can't see who's waiting. So
I can see who's waiting, but I don't know who they are. Okay, we're gonna bring someone else in here.
all right.
Like the barbershop said.
The trouble is some people's names are different than who they actually are.
Yeah. Well, someone must need a haircut.
Mary Beth.
Hey, Mary Beth.
Guys, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Oh, that's great. Well, first of all, gosh, thanks you guys. Thanks to Best Defense for what you do. It is
I love what we
incredibly
get to do.
important.
This is special.
You are so entirely welcome. I'll tell you, I'd do it again.
I can't wait. I can't wait till next time. I have a few questions. Spring did such a good job, though. She asked some of the questions I was going to, so that's awesome.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
They're pretty standard, you know, when you stop and think about it. What kind of a question can you ask?
yeah. Well,
Excuse me.
so if it's okay to ask, you know, if you're comfortable sharing, you've mentioned feeling emotional a few times about this. And I'm wondering if you're comfortable sharing, you know, what is it, you know, what are those thoughts centered around those emotions? Are there memories that you're comfortable sharing? Or?
Yeah, well, you know, I don't really think about it. You're comfortable, and you never know what what the next minute's got for you. And so I don't really, I'm old enough now where I just kind of watch things come and go. And that, so I don't know how you describe it. It's when you get to be my age, you don't know what's going to happen, and so you just kind of take things as they come and hope you can do the right job.
Right.
So after the war, did it take a while for you to get through it, or did you still have the memories and maybe the nightmares or the visions in your head of?
Yeah, I was still in the service,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't get out of the service until 1947. And so we formed bands, went to the Navy Music School, and was a reorganization of ships' bands and assignments. And I was sent, what did I do? We went to China, and that's what we did.
Oh, China.
Yeah, we went to China. This was between wars, so to speak, between the Korean War and the World War II.
Very good.
It's kind of hard to remember things anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any of your happiest memories from that time that you can recall and share?
What was your happiest memory
During that time?
There were a lot of them. I think a bunch of us went out and went to a bar and celebrated. We had we were all drinkers. We weren't teetotalers, you know. So we had pretty good times.
I'm surprised you didn't remember it. They were probably that good of a time.
Yeah, that's right.
Such a good night. I have no idea what happened.
That's such a great time. I don't know. For a person
going in, but don't
I remember smiling a lot.
How'd you feel? And I say, well, it must have been good because I don't remember a thing.
You were definitely a musician, Ike.
Definitely a party man, I tell you.
Kind of final question here. Do you have any items that you cherish? So do you have any memorabilia or keepsakes around your home?
We asked him that already. Like before we even started, I was like, come on, Ike, what you got for us? He said he has the hat.
I have the hat.
This hat.
It really brings out your eyes. It's a great hat.
It's a blue hat. It's a blue hat. My eyes are brown, and my hair is parted in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Got all fancy for this live stream.
I part my hair with a washcloth.
That about sums it up, guys. You know, if you're comfortable too sharing, you know, you mentioned seeing, you know, that day, you know, of the attacks. You mentioned seeing the ships capsizing and stuff. You know, I can't even fathom that picture. Honestly, I can't. The scale and what you might have witnessed. Can you elaborate a little bit more on?
Well, the scariness feeling is kind of a funny thing. You're scared stiff, but you stagger through the events as they happen, and hope everything's going to turn out all right. But the fond memories aren't existent except for one, and that is that we survived and came through it okay. Mm. And I've got a guardian angel, I'll tell you. Everything. I had so many close shaves, and like the attack and Pearl and all that sort of thing, and not getting a scratch. That's pretty amazing. So that's been, I don't know. It's definitely an upper. There's nothing about it.
Well, I'm glad you're here and talking about it. My father served in
Thank
World
you.
War II as infantry who came in during the Battle of the Bulge. And
Yeah. Oh
he
boy.
didn't talk about it until that last year.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's really important, and I'm really grateful for you being on here.
Yeah, I'm proud of those guys. I'll tell you, they were terrific.
He'd be the first to say, forget about it. Like literally forget about it. Like don't
Yeah.
we don't talk about it.
After all the World War II vets, they came home and said, forget about it. We got work to do. And then try to get a job and get
What
working.
next?
Yeah, what's next is right.
You got a bill, go to work.
Okay, what do you want me to do now? That's the way it was. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what my dad did. Yeah, he came home and he felt a little lost, and he was like, I guess I'll get married.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Get out and party.
Everyone else is doing it.
Partied it up and met a gal, and we got married. That was in Geneva, New York. That was at Samson Training Station.
Wow.
Wait, when did you get married? At what age did you get married?
North end of Lake Geneva.
What age did you get married at?
I'm sorry.
What age were you when you got married?
Let's see. That would be 40.
Nice.
That's a nice bell. I was 24, 25, something like that.
So a few years after.
Yeah, it was, the war was over. Was it? Yeah. Yeah, the war was over.
All right, well, thank you, gentlemen. I'll let someone else ask some
Yeah.
questions. I'll DM you because I really want a t-shirt so bad. All right.
Send us a message.
DM.
All right.
DM.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Mary.
Yeah, Mary, thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Keep
So-
this party going.
You gave us something to look forward to, and that's enough.
You having fun, Ike?
Oh, yeah, I am.
All right.
I know it's
Waiting here
cool.
for my
all over the world.
son-in-law is probably bored stiff here.
All right. So we got Matthew here. He's connecting to the audio.
All right.
Hi,
Matthew, can you hear us?
Yeah, but hold on a second. Wow. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I see Donnie. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
can
we
hear you.
loud and clear.
Oh wow. Yeah, I gotta actually say I've been trying to get into this like for the last couple of times.
Oh, you made it in. All right.
This guy here, Austin, he's the gatekeeper.
I actually
my-
might like
In my screen, I'm somewhere else different than you. I don't know.
Yeah, you're over
You
here.
know,
And then people are texting me like, hey, let me in. I'm like, that's the gatekeeper over there.
yeah,
Well, Matthew, thanks for joining us. You have Mr. Ike there, ready to answer any questions you have.
Hi, Matthew.
Yeah. Well, again, I have an old bucket here if you want to like just check this out. If you haven't seen one of these in a while.
Oh, wow.
I've heard of them.
Is that original there?
No, I got this at a surplus store a long time ago.
All right on. All right on.
Yeah, and it did not. It was just basically just this. I had to find the liner.
Liner, yeah.
Nice.
Love it. Keeping history alive, man. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
that's what I love. Yeah, no, my grandfather really loved the Navy and naval pilots, and actually his grandfather was his cousin was actually an admiral who served on the USS San Diego during the war. So,
Oh,
Wow.
San Diego.
Yeah. But I kind of want to ask. So you were in Pearl Harbor when the attack happened. I'm curious. What were I know it was like early in the morning. It was like 9. I'm just curious. What was it like hearing the sounds of incoming zeros? Did you originally feel, oh wow, we're being attacked, or did you think it was just the Navy flyboys just doing practice?
Well, that was what we thought at first, but boy, then it got serious. And we got a lot of the guns that were not ready. We got them ready in real short order. And everything got busy. And those are the times that you don't remember. You just did things as they came. And hope that you didn't get hit or something like that. And I was a survivor, but I didn't realize it, and so I didn't properly appreciate it at the time. But it's kind of a what goes on, what comes next type of feeling.
But yeah, and I'm actually curious. When I don't know if you ever saw this movie, like movies like Tora 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 or Pearl Harbor. Did you ever see those films? And did it ever like bring anything back, or did you feel like, oh man, this is bunk? This isn't like.
I never saw a film that brought me back in time as an event that really happened. But I can say that Tora Tora Tora, I didn't get to see it, but it is the most accurate of the what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Portrayal of D-Day?
Recording of
Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
So that's everyone in the live chat. Check out that movie, Tora Tora Tora.
Tora Tora
Tora is great.
That's
I find the action sequences in the Pearl Harbor movie when the attack happens, but it's pretty cool. But the story's a little.
Yeah.
Well,
we're not big fans of the Pearl Harbor movie.
The attack scene is pretty cool though.
Yeah,
Midway is great.
Check out the uncut. Have you seen like the uncut version of the Pearl Harbor attack scene? Because that gets like. I'm asking Don and Austin this. If
I don't think I've seen
that. You get that from Tora Tora Tora.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, real stunt pilots too. And there's actually this one scene. If you ever watch the History Buffs YouTube channel, this guy describes this one scene where this plane, where the B-17 is actually going in and about to crash. That actually was a mess up on their part.
Wow.
And those guys actually running.
Yeah.
I actually have another question. This kind of relates to the film Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
You guys have to bust open arms lockers to grab the ammunition, and were guys actually shooting at Zeros with small arms like rifles and machine guns, submachine guns?
Short answer is yes, they were. They were shooting anything they could get their hands on that had bullets, and the most popular weapon at the time in the emergency was setting up and mounting on a stanchion a 50 caliber machine gun bullet. And these were machine guns, and they were pretty popular. I mean, they got a lot of action during the attack.
It's still in use today.
Yeah, we're still using those 50 cals a day.
Yeah.
Deuce.
But I'm also just kind of curious. I kind of joined a little late, so I'm curious. What ship were you on during the attack, and where was your ship located to Battleship Row? Were you in the repair yard? Were you in the near the oil area, or? I'm just curious.
We were at the north end of Ford Island on that anchorage, which is they had buoys set out and anchored to the bottom, and they had these different anchorages for different ships because we didn't have any pier services available at other than the battleship rows and things like that. And those were all at Ford Island. And I was in, if you look at a map, put Ford Island dead center ahead of you, the north end of it is where I was located, and about 300 yards offshore. And the battleship row was over to the east of us, down the side of Ford Island, and over on the west of the side of the island was another few battleship moorings, which were where the Utah was. And I tried to give you an idea of what it was like. I was at the north end of that activity, and I could see an awful lot going on because I actually didn't have any station to do. I did what I was asked to do. We passed ammunition mostly.
Do you remember seeing the Arizona blowing up, or the Nevada trying to escape the battle?
Yeah, I caught the big boom on the Arizona quite by accident. We were in a machine shop on the Dobbin, which was over to the north. And Dobbin was, if you look at Battleship Row from the south end of the island, the Arizona was in one of the near moorings, and Nevada was the one closest. Anyhow, it's really hard, fellas.
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay, no.
That's all good. Well, Matthew, thanks for coming by, man. Where are you? How old are you? And where are you from?
I am 26. I'm from, I remember Don mentioned you play football. I'm from Chicago. I live in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I'm a Chicago fan. You know why?
Yeah, I was born in Chicago.
Why?
Because we always beat them.
Oh.
Oh, really? You were born in Chicago?
No, Donnie used to play for the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. No, I meant.
Oh, he's saying he likes Chicago because they always beat him.
Yeah, make it a joke. Bears fan because we always beat them, always give us a win.
It's a little more current.
That's actually what my grandfather was listening to when Pearl Harbor happened. He was like 10 at the time, and he was listening to a Bears game on the radio. And this is like the 1940s when the Bears were like dominant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's special. It was really special to play in that stadium as well. There's so much history in that stadium, as you know. And I just looked around. I mean, just.
Hey, Donnie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to make sure that everybody realizes what you've been doing here, and clap a hand or two for you. Because that's a marvelous activity, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Ike.
I better get off. I'm pretty sure there's probably a lot of other people who want to ask you.
Yeah, we got quite a few, but thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you.
Send us a message on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll get you a shirt.
Good to see you again, too. You know that.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Ike, how you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm
Take a drink of water.
I know I'm doing fine. I just
Take a drink of water.
Yeah, I got it right here.
All right.
Now, I don't think Ike never got to meet Ralph, did he?
No, I don't think. No, actually, he didn't. No, because that's right after the Pearl program. He went home down to the San Diego program. Hey, Ike, we have one of our team members on, Ralph Peters.
Yeah.
Ralph, big instrumental part of the foundation from the beginning. He lives in the Netherlands.
Ooh, wow.
Huge supporter of our military, especially our World War II veterans. And it's good to have him on. Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Ralph looks confused.
Can you hear Ralph?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
There you are.
Hi, Ralph. This is Ike Schab talking.
Yeah, I missed you last December, so I just want to hop in and say hello.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry we missed him. That would have been nice.
I wasn't there on the Pearl Harbor one, but afterwards we were in San Diego and I missed you there. So
yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, from Hawaii, he took the nonstop back to Portland.
Yeah.
Everybody else came to San Diego.
He was ready to go home.
Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah.
The program was as Ike said, it was, he wasn't sure at the beginning that he was going to be able to do it, you know, and by the help of Joe Conway.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Joe Conway, how much he helped you in Pearl Harbor, Ike?
Oh boy, he was the right hand. If it hadn't been for Joe, I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff. Joe made it possible.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, it was special. And Ralph is also like that as well. He is right there, Johnny in the spot to help our veterans. I mean, he was incredible on our Holland program with Francis Turner. And Francis Turner just turned 101 years old.
No kidding.
Yes, he did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, still going.
I just wish I could participate in the foundation program that you got there, Donnie. It's
you did.
Yeah,
you participated in a big way.
As a provider, on the other side of the fence, so to speak.
Yeah, well, having your presence and having you share your story with the generation, I mean, it's just so special because we want to make sure that we never forget, and we always are pushing the stories and the history forward to the next generation. That's why there's been so many kids that are trying to get on, and like you've talked to from all around the world, because of what you and your generation did had a direct impact on so many of us. I mean, I'm so blessed. I mean, my grandfather was a Pearl Harbor survivor as well, so I'm so blessed to have the opportunity. You know, I'm one of 11 kids to have an opportunity to play, you know, pro football and go to college and get a master's degree. You know, it's a dream come true. It provides me this opportunity to do this.
You
Once I gave so much.
You sure deserve many pats on the back, my friend.
Yeah.
You did yourself proud.
Well, we do it together as a team. You know, I played football, and you know, having Ralph and Joe and Austin and everyone that's part of our team that you've met in Hawaii, you know, that makes it go round because we're all volunteers and we just pay it forward. You know, our motto is taking care of the ones who took care of us.
And
yeah.
Marvelous group of ladies, I'll tell you.
You always love the girls.
You know, if Liv or Madison or Anna are watching, it'd be nice to.
Madison, yeah.
I know. I told them to come on and say hi. They're so shy though.
So Ike, you can't see our text thing that's happening because there's text coming in on YouTube. It looks like a lot of your family's watching, so you should say hi to your family.
Oh, hi, family.
I love it. One of the people watching is called Team Entertain Pop. So it's the team that entertains you.
Team.
They have a Facebook page or a YouTube page called Team Entertain Pop.
Oh, very good. Thanks, Kimberly.
Question for you. As you know, when you came on the December Pearl Harbor program, we made you those veteran cards. And my question is, what did you think of it? The cards that we gave you, the veteran card with your name on it and your bio.
Yeah.
You have them?
Yeah, remember the veteran cards that we made for you with the picture of you on the front and the back had a bio?
Yeah.
Ralph,
did you like
did you like them?
You guys talked over each other. I don't think I heard you. Do you still have those cards?
Yeah, I've got them around here somewhere.
What was it like for you to get a card like a baseball card, but a veteran card with you on it?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, you betcha.
You guys I loved watching back through all the video of you guys handing those out to kids. And like all these kids were so excited, especially when they got the whole set.
That was they were hustling to get the whole set.
Yeah.
That was a highlight of the program for me.
Yeah, all the kids running around trying to like, I'm missing one. I'm missing Ike. I'm missing.
Yeah, I saw them like they're trading. Like, I have 2 of this one. You give me that guy. I'll give you 1 of this guy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That was a highlight, a real highlight.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks for reminding me of it.
He's like, I forgot about those.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, Ralph is the one who puts them together. Ralph and Bjorn on our team, they put those things together and they do a fantastic job. And it's great for you guys to have when you go speak or pass out to people. It's a nice little memento, and it's just it's wonderful.
Well,
absolutely. All right, we got some more people waiting. Let's bring in some more people. We got Connor. I think this is probably Connor, our buddy. There he is.
Hey, Connor.
Well, I'm glad to be back.
hey.
Well,
you're not on the swing this time. Usually you're on the porch swing.
Oh, I was just waiting for some good Wi-Fi. So
nice. Well, you're on with Pearl Harbor survivor Ike Schab.
Wow.
Yeah.
99 years young.
He's 99?
99.
On the 4th of July.
Wow. Like the 4th of July.
He's almost 100.
My great-grandfather would have been 101 this year, but he passed away 15 years ago.
Oh my, that's a shame.
Oh, so you never got to meet him?
Yeah.
No.
Because you're 13, right?
I'm 15.
15, okay. Oh, okay. That's right. He's
When
15 and he's come from Louisiana, Ike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I spent some time there.
Mr. Ike,
When's your birthday?
January 12th, 2005.
2005.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, you're 15, all right?
Mr. Ike,
Yes.
so can I tell you two things?
Tell me a whole lot.
Well, I got two interests. One, World War II is one, and one is ancestry.
Yeah, it's a couple of good subjects, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Mr. Ike,
Yes.
can you tell me who your parents' names were and your brothers and sisters?
Yeah. My parents were, I'm a junior, so my dad's name was Ira. And my mom's name was Alma. And then I had two younger brothers. Ted was the immediate one, and Alan was the youngest of the three of us, and they passed away in the 90s. And that left me the sole survivor of the original family.
So how long did your parents live, Mr. Ike?
They died in 1990. Dad died in 19.
Did they live to be as old as you, Ike?
Oh no, I've outlived everybody.
So nobody that you know of in your family lived to be as old as you?
I don't. If they are, they better be as healthy as I am. That's for sure. Yeah, Mom died at 95 and Dad died at 57.
Oh, your dad died pretty young.
Yeah, he did die young.
Oh wow.
My great grandfather's parents, his mom died at 84 and his dad died when he was 92.
Yeah.
It's a long life.
Yeah, well,
And
I'll be 100 next year or next July, and I hope to be around to 112, which will be 2020, 32.
Mr. Ike.
That would then make me the oldest living survivor of the Pearl Harbor survivor.
There you go. Yeah, let's do it.
The oldest living survivor.
Yeah.
Mr. Ike.
Yes.
I heard that you were on the Uss Dobbin. Which battles and campaigns did you participate in?
We went through the Coral Sea, if you want to call it a battle, but it was a battle. Yeah, and then we worked on up to the New Hebrides, New Caledonia, New Hebrides, famous of the battle, famous of the battles of the islands, working on up towards Japan.
Mhm.
You know, my memory will not bring these things back to me. I know them as well as I know the face of my mirror when I look at it, but my memory won't bring it back to me. I can't remember it.
So you were at Pearl Harbor, right?
Yes, I was.
So what'd you do in the Navy?
Yes, I was a musician. I was in the Navy, and one of the Navy bands, playing tuba.
Oh, really?
And you are the last surviving member of Band 13 right now, correct?
That's correct.
You're the last surviving of Navy Band 13?
That's correct.
That's correct.
So
Who was might like that info, Connor?
Yeah, that was really cool, Connor. Actually, this past December, Ike joined us on our Pearl Harbor program.
I've seen him on Facebook.
Yeah, and we went on the USS Arizona Memorial. And when we walked in, Ike, I don't know if you remember, but to our left, there is the band playing. Remember this?
Yeah.
I saw that. Mr. Ike?
Yes.
So who was the commander of the USS Dobbin?
Oh.
Ooh, pop quiz, Ike. Pop quiz.
There you go. You better be ready, Ike.
No, I can tell you later on the ship I was on is the USS Dixie, as we went back down to the South Pacific in the Dixie, and His name was Hillen Cutter.
Hillen Cutter?
Yeah. He eventually became an executive officer, one of the battleships and so forth.
Wow.
And what rank was he?
Captain. He's commander at the time, but I think he's on the admiral staff now.
He was promoted to admiral?
I'm sorry?
He was promoted to rear admiral?
Yeah, yes.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty high up.
That's very high. There's only 4 ranks of admiral, and the top rank is full admiral, and then there's one more, and that is admiral of the Navy.
Fleet.
Yeah.
It's called fleet admiral.
Yeah. Fleet admiral. Yeah.
You know your
So,
stuff.
so do you remember? Can you tell me about your experiences at Pearl Harbor?
Well.
Well, he's kind of said that probably 3 or 4 times during this.
Yeah.
We've kind of gone through that.
I don't know if
I would recommend rewatch it, Connor, if you haven't been watching this whole time. He talks a lot about that.
Where he was and everything.
But we definitely want to try and get a couple more people in here. So Connor, thanks for coming by again, bud.
Can I come anytime?
You keep getting on that waiting list. We'll get you in if we can, bud.
Always. Did
Okay.
you
Always love seeing you.
Hey Connor, did you receive your shirt?
Not yet.
Not
All
yet.
right, it's coming.
All right, it's coming. It's coming. Thanks for joining us, Connor.
You too.
All right, bye. Okay, we got a couple more people waiting. We'll try and get them all in here.
Yeah. Okay.
How you doing though?
You all right? A couple more questions?
Yeah, I'm holding up all right. I'm just hoping up that my son-in-law here is holding up. He says he's fine.
All right, let's see. We got Charlie. I think we know Charlie.
Charlie?
Hey, Charlie.
Hi.
What's up, Charlie?
You doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
We're doing well.
Charlie, did you shave a mohawk since we last saw you?
Yep.
Oh,
Mr.
wow.
Guy.
I
He
win.
did it for Guy. Nice.
Did it for Guy.
Austin's next. And Ralph.
That's awesome.
Well, Mike over there already has a mohawk. You see his mohawk?
Mike, Mike, show me your mohawk.
Mike, let's see your mohawk.
I've just I part my hair with a washcloth. Part my hair in the middle.
Nice. Now, Charlie, we're getting a little bit of echo from the sound from your whatever you're watching this on. Turn it down a little bit.
Oh yeah. I'm not playing it. It's on pause.
Oh.
But anyways, it's on pause. I paused it.
Okay, cool.
Playing Call of Duty.
That sounds better. All right, go ahead and you got a question for Ike?
Oh yeah, I do. So
Nice.
Mr. Wright, before I ask you the question, thank you so much for your service. I can't repay you in any way. I just really want to thank you for what you've done to the country and to the world.
Thank you very much, and I would do it again. I'm
Relax.
not even thinking about it.
And so after so when the planes left Pearl Harbor, like just after they left, what was it like? Was like were there still like gunshots? Were people still shooting even though the planes were gone, and were people like confused, and what was it like?
There was some confusion, but there were no more gunshots. We had a lot of activity, rescue activity going on, picking survivors and picking, getting the dead bodies out of the water, that type of thing. It was all very, very chaotic. You might be. I think that's the best word I can think of for the atmosphere at the time.
All right, thank you. Also, before I go, I just wanted to show you this. So, this right here,
Yeah.
this is a vial of wood from the deck of the USS Arizona.
Yeah.
This is a part of the deck.
Yep.
Oh, wow,
And
how'd you
yeah.
get that?
Keep it. That's a nice.
From
nice,
the
Yeah.
I got it from the Gettysburg Museum of History.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's crazy. Pretty
And,
unique thing to have.
Yeah. So before I go, I just want to say one more time, thank you so much, Mr. Ike. I appreciate it so much. Yeah. And keep up what you're doing, Best Defense Foundation. Yeah.
We will.
Oh,
We
yeah.
appreciate you, bud.
We will for sure.
Stay safe.
Thanks for coming on.
Hey, did he send us his info before?
Yep.
Yeah, we have Charlie's info.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow,
What do you think of that, Ike? Like,
good kid,
it's
huh?
a kid coming on just so sincere.
Pretty impressive, I'll tell
Yeah.
you.
I mean, it's
Pretty
incredible. I mean, I just love it too, because, you know, especially with history, with this next generation, because
I would love to be. I would love to be sitting at your right hand, Donnie. It's oh boy, I can't think of anything place that would be nicer to be.
oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you. Hey, Austin,
cool.
I think, we have some photos of Ike during the war that Ralph just sent you. Can you put those up?
Oh, what we do?
Yeah,
Let me see.
Ralph, you sent those, right?
Send them in the chat.
Oh, these are of Ike. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic. It'd be
didn't
great
see
to
that.
show everyone some of these
There's a
photos
Dobbin and the
of that handsome young man when he was 21 years old.
with the band and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's Alex. We've had Alex on before.
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Doing
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. How are you guys? Sorry, I was in the kitchen real quick making some dinner. Sorry for the delay.
I'm getting
All
motion
good.
sickness. I'm getting motion sickness.
Sorry, guys.
I feel like I'm on the Dobbins right now.
Yeah, whoever's carrying that camera is either drunk.
Good to see you, Mr. Schab. Glad to see you're doing well in this crazy situation we're in with the virus.
Oh boy.
I'll sit down right now. Sorry.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
This might have already been asked, but did you know guys on the Arizona and the Oklahoma? Would you have been friends with those guys?
Yeah. Yes. I couldn't name them by now, but we were all in the music school together before we were assigned to these ships.
And most of the questions I had have already been asked, so I'll stick to a couple quick ones here. Do you ever get tired of telling the story, or do you feel you have a responsibility to continue sharing it since there are so few survivors left?
No, I never get tired of it because it's something worthwhile repeating and remembering and keeping the memory alive. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Do you know how many survivors are living? Do they have a rough estimate of how many Pearl Harbor survivors there are now?
The last time we had a Pearl Harbor survivor thing, that was in last December, and I think on hand at the site we had 12 survivors, but I don't know how many were that couldn't make the trip. I'm
Okay.
sure several couldn't make the trip, but we had 12 survivors at the. I remember that picture.
Yeah.
Good looking young.
I think that was the in the first week later when we had gas masks and everything, you know. They finally gave us liberty, and that was the first day off ship.
Right.
Wow.
Wow, looking good.
What about this here?
Oh, Connor asked about your parents. So you.
No, I can't see well enough to see.
Is that your parents?
Yeah, that's my dad's on the right, mom's on the left. Dad, his name is Ira, and mom is Alma. And I don't know who's in the middle there, but
It's you.
oh,
Kind of dark. I know you. It's kind of dark.
I just see a dull blind, dull, dark, nothing.
Cool stuff. What else you got, Alex?
One more question for now, then that'll be it for today. Mr. Schab, when people refer to members of your generation as the greatest generation, how does that make you feel that society looks up to your generation so fondly?
I'll tell you, it's one of the proudest memories and the proudest feelings I have, because you know, people say it's an honor and everything like that, and it is an honor, but it's one of pride that we not only made it, but we succeeded in winning the war.
Right.
Thank you. Well, we're very proud to know you, and we're very proud of your generation. We're gonna continue that sense of pride and teaching people about this.
Yeah.
Long past when you're gone and we're gone. You know, it's something that's very important for everybody to remember.
Well, I'm working on a very indefinite future.
Yeah, no, it's important that you share your story, Ike, and you know, for yourself, but also for all your brothers and sisters that are no longer here. You know, and especially for them, it keeps them alive, and we're keeping them alive as well.
We're thankful for you guys too. Very much so.
Fantastic. Well, cool, Alex. Thanks for coming by again.
I did get the I got the T-shirt in the mail yesterday. It's in the
Sweet.
box right now. Got to
Wash.
it up. So
You're gonna enjoy the shirt. It's very comfortable, and I think you're gonna like it. So thanks
Yes.
for participating, and we'll see you again.
Donnie?
guys, take care.
All right. Thanks.
Donnie?
Donnie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you see Joe, say hello for me and thank him again, would you? Joe
Yeah, for
Conway.
sure. I wish Joe will be able to come on. He's still working right
He's
now,
probably
right?
working, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got one more person waiting.
Yeah, let's do one more, and then
one more.
yeah, we'll do one more.
Yeah, and while we're bringing him in, let's have a look at this guy.
All right.
Ooh, who's that?
I don't know. I can't tell. Really, I can't.
Yeah.
I think it's you.
Yeah, it's you. It's you in uniform. I think it's after the war because of the ribbons on your
On my jersey, yeah.
yeah.
Who's that?
We
Oh,
call
wow.
that a jersey.
Young fella.
Yeah.
What do you call the Navy uniform? Jersey?
Dress jerseys.
Dress jerseys.
Nice.
All right.
All right, Pat.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, hi guys. Great work you're doing. Hi Ike, how you doing? It's Patrick Zucchelli, Virginia's son.
Hi. Patrick who?
Virginia Zucchelli from Pismo Beach.
Oh yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, so I get a great story about Ike. Back in the 75th anniversary, I was looking for Ike because every year before, my mom, who knew Ike from Pismo Beach, said, you got to look for Ike. You got to look for Ike. And every year I looked for Ike and I couldn't find him. So it's the 75th anniversary and the ceremony's about ready to start. And I'm in the Navy Reserve. I'm a lieutenant commander. And I see this commander sitting there with this gentleman. And I look at his name tag and it's Ike. It's the guy I've been looking for all these years. And I went and asked the question. I go, hey, were you ever a lifeguard in Pismo Beach? And his son, who's a commander, Carl, goes, how the heck did you know that? And I explained who I was, and it was neat. And it was very emotional to finally see Ike because my mom had told me about him all these years. And we ran into him. And then last year at Pearl Harbor, I look up and on the stage, I see Ike. And it was just so awesome. And it was great that you guys brought him there. And Ike, you rock. I just want to know who was the best band in Pearl Harbor at that time.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
One.
No. That was the Glenn Miller days.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! But
who won the Battle of the Bands on December 6th?
No, that was the December 6th, the evening. The Arizona band took 1 second. I think the California band took first place.
Yeah.
And the captain of the Arizona came up to the bandmaster of the band, and he said, "You know something?" He says, "I can remember the name, but it doesn't come to me." So he called him by name, and he says, "I'm very proud of you guys, just because not because you didn't win first place. So I'm proud because you took second. Believe that or not." And he said, as if I can do anything, he says, tomorrow morning, Sunday, which was Sunday morning, he says, tomorrow morning you guys can sleep in. So they didn't get up and they were lost in bed, you know, and they're still there, all of them.
Wow.
Wow.
But Ike, it's just great seeing you, and hopefully I can see you again at Pearl Harbor this coming year. Guys, great work.
I sure hope so.
I hope so too. You made me cry again this year. I think you knew that. I told you that. I said I could get. I'm emotional. I'm sorry. I mean, you don't.
Ike had me crying this year too.
And
it took up until last year before I could get up enough nerve to go to the Arizona Memorial, because I was so emotional about it. You know, so yeah, don't you feel proud of that emotion? It's a thing to have.
I do. I mean, I have two bonds with you. One, the familial with my mom and that whole connection to you. And then knowing your son, who I didn't realize who he was related to when I was dealing with him. And then, of course, there's that Navy brotherhood bond. And, you know, the Pearl Harbor is one of our Navy, you could say weak point, strong point. It's everything. It's part of our history. And,
you know, your mom's twin sister introduced my wife and I.
Wow.
And Carl is one of the offspring, and Carl was there, if I remember correctly. When
so
we met at Pearl Harbor Survivor on the 75th.
Yeah. It's just neat. Once again, guys, keep on doing your good work. My dad was a World War II veteran. He was a European ground pounder.
Wow.
And, you know, it's just, I grew up with this, and it's great that I'm happy to see all the kids on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome.
Because
love it.
It's,
be proud.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Now, Pat, thank you for your service. Thank you for
absolutely
for us, and you know, we're all just trying to pay it forward to men and women like yourself.
Kelly, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep, you betcha.
And whoever is the online here, they're going to get a hold of Carl, get my email. I want to get you the pictures from this year's Pearl Harbor too, because it's a great shot of you and I together.
Oh, great.
You betcha.
Great.
Right on. Well, thanks for coming on, Pat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Aloha.
Cool.
Hello?
Who's that, Ike?
Yeah, this is Ike.
Familiar face.
How was that?
I don't know who I'm talking to.
You're talking to Donnie.
Oh, Donnie? Yeah. See, I can't see that well, fellas. And,
yeah, no, I understand that. I understand that. Hey,
I
Ike, before we let you go, you and I had a conversation in Hawaii this past December. Why don't you share with everyone what you did for the landing on the moon?
Oh
yeah.
By golly, so I did.
I think a lot of people don't know this story. I didn't know the story, and you shared. With...
I worked for General Dynamics at the time, and I worked on the systems concept. Like if I was working on a missile ship, the ship itself, the entire operation of the ship was called a system, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was a systems engineer. And so having had that experience, the one of our other divisions asked for support, for help from my company. And they told me to get a crew together and report to the other division and then get going on the Apollo project. And I thought, wow, you know. And so I learned the Apollo profile so that I could I could visualize and describe every function of the operation from the launching of the original spacecraft from the beach in Florida to its assigned what do you call it when you go over the circuit around the Earth?
Circumnavigate?
Yeah, to its oh shucks, I can't. Boy, my memory, it's horrible. But there's an orbit, and we put them in their parking orbit, and then 3 times in that orbit, at some period during the first 3 of those orbits, we'd have to fire the rockets and put the spacecraft into the translunar injection phase. And then it took them about 3 or 4 days to get to the moon. And,
So
when
you
they-
went to major events,
I'm sorry.
the moon landing.
Yeah, it was Neil Armstrong landing.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I felt pretty good about that because without the tracking ships necessary to support the operation from the original orbits, we wouldn't have had a moon landing. So I felt pretty proud about that.
I
Very
bet you.
cool.
That's a pretty cool story.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Ike, did you enjoy yourself?
You mean for when? I'm enjoying myself.
Right now.
Right now, I'm enjoying myself immensely.
Well, hopefully we can do this again with you.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I mean, right now when we're all quarantined, it's really, a nice thing to do.
Yeah. I want to keep these up indefinitely. I like these. These are fun.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'd like that. That would be terrific.
All right, we'll do it again. All right, we'll do it again.
I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Just kind of. That's okay.
Yeah, just kind of. Just kind of.
So the Pearl Harbor video is going to be coming out this week. I'll make sure that you are able to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're really
I look forward to that. Just for that. Okay.
Well, cool. Well, until next time, signing off. We're going to do another one on Saturday, May 9th. We're going to announce the win of our Facebook and Instagram contest. So if you haven't seen that, we want you to get your family together, do either a picture, write a letter, do whatever, send it to our foundation, and then we're going to send them out to veterans all over the country. So check out
Still
that.
Best Defense Foundation, right?
Yep, Best Defense Foundation. So check that out. And then on Saturday, we're going to give away a signed football from Johnny Edwards himself and some other cool swag for people who are part of that contest. So check it out and follow us and see you on our next live.
You betcha.
All right.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure and honor.
Bye,
And thank
Ike.
you everyone for participating. We'll see you guys this weekend.
Absolutely.
I just say something too.
Oh,
so long, fellas.
Joe Conway says hello. He's working. That's why he couldn't join us in. So he wishes you all his best, and he will call you soon.
All right.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
All right, cool. Perfect. All right. Signing off.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, John.